Hello everyone, welcome to the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, I know my Christmas songs. So let's go into day 2 of Advent of Cyber. I have my coffee, but let's go in. Today is called Phishing. Merry Clickmas. And we are going to learn how to use a social engineering toolkit to send phishing emails. And today's video is from John Hammond. So if you're stuck, go and see his video. He's an awesome teacher and he produces a really high quality security education security content himself. So yeah, so let's take a look at the story. Okay, so the cybersecurity team is trying to schedule several penetration tests. In this case, it's going to be phishing tests. Yeah, as you can see here, this type of authorized phishing is a proven way to learn whether the cybersecurity awareness training has fruited. So in the real world, what usually happens is a company schedules or better, gives a few lessons to the team about the importance of cybersecurity in the company environment. Then they ask a company to do a phishing attack to see if the people were really paying attention. And yeah, most of the times, maybe people aren't really paying attention. But yeah, so we will need the attack box, the target machine. So yeah, start this before taking a look at the exercise itself. So yeah, so if you don't know what social engineering is, take a look at this, take a good look, maybe even do some research. But yeah, so basically social engineering is when the target of the attack is the human, like they are saying here, not computer systems themselves. And this is also a very big field in the area of cybersecurity. And if you go to places like, for example, DEF CON or other cons for cybersecurity, they sometimes have live social engineering exercises where people train to do a social engineering attack, and it's really fun. I've heard a couple of stories about this on different podcasts, and it's a really fun field of cybersecurity. And yeah, so more specifically, phishing is a subset of social engineering. I guess that everyone has most likely seen a phishing attempt to themselves, like emails, those weird emails where they want to give you tons of money. And so yeah, so read this if you want to have a better understanding of what phishing means. So yeah, so let's start on the exercise itself. Okay, so basically what they have done is they already went and created a fake page for the user to access, and this fake page has a login form that captures the login credentials that the user puts into that website. And you may think that this is dumb, but this is an attack vector that is done on the wild, and you already have some redone, really well made fake pages of Facebook, YouTube, etc. And you can do some smart URL creation, and the people may think that they are on the website when they are not. So yeah, so to start, you just need to go here, and if you remember last time, if you click ls, you are going to get the folders that you have here, and you just cd into the rooms, and you can ls again. We already know the file, so maybe this is redundant, but it can be a good way for you to play around with the terminal and the CLI. So now that we are here, we can see that we have the indexed HTML and the server.py. So the server.py is most likely a normal server. We can cat it just to see how it's done. So yeah, so as you can see, this is a normal Python file. I teach Python, so if you're interested in learning more Python, you can go and check my channel. So yeah, so now let's go ahead and check what's our next steps. So we have the server running, and now they are telling us so we can navigate to these URLs. So if you want to copy things from your computer to the attack box, you need to do this. You need to Control-C. Here, open this clipboard, and now you can paste. Okay, so as you can see, it's a fake TryHackMe staff portal for the SOCMAS operation. And as you can see, it looks exactly like a normal login page in this scenario, of course. So yeah, so now we are going to deliver the email with the fake login page. And for this, it looks like we have a toolkit. So yeah, so let's get back to our terminal. Don't forget to leave this running because this is running the server. So you go here and you open a new terminal, or just click Shift Control N. Maybe it's easier if you can open a new tab. Yeah. Here you're running the server, and here we can do the other stuff. So I never used this toolkit, so let's see how it works. Yeah, so they are just explaining that we have a lot of different tools, but yeah, we want to use the social engineering one, which we just need to click one. So choosing one will display a lot of other options. In this case, we want the mass mailer attack. As you can see, you have a lot of different attack vectors. So you just need to choose 5, and then you need to choose one. And when you say send email to, yeah, so let's copy this. As you know, we need to go here, we need to go here, and we need to paste this. Yeah, so they are saying here how to deliver. We choose 2. We want to use our own server relay. Okay, nice. So you can choose a source email, which in a real case scenario, you will use an email from a company that looks legitimate to give a little more realism to the fake email. Yeah, so we can choose the name flying. And this is quite fun because if you go to your email and go to spam, you will see a lot of phishing attacks in the wild. Most of them are very crude and very poorly done. But if you search the web for certain tools, you're going to see that there are some really advanced methods. And I mean, they're not going to target people like me, or maybe even like most of you. Their obvious targets is people in power, people in big companies, people that have less education in terms of how computers work and how emails work. So yeah, so it's an interesting field to also explore and maybe protect your own family against this type of attacks, people you know. Yeah, so it's always good to have a little bit more knowledge into this. So yeah, so username and password, they just tell us to do enter. SMTP file, server address. It's this one. Is it correct? 78 as no dot, so careful when copying, and we paste this. We're just curious because you have a space before the 10. So yeah, so be careful with those spaces before pasting the text. And the port number is 25. Yeah, so you can say yes or no depending on the circumstances, but in this case they tell us to say no. And we also don't want to attach a file, and no inline files. Files can be an interesting vector attack also, because you can attach malware, for example. So now I think that you can do, if you want to choose different names for the subject, and yeah, so if you want to choose different names for the subject and the body of the email, etc., you can. But yeah, something that looks real, it's probably the best thing that you can write. So in this example, they say shipping schedule changes, which goes well with the company that they choose to impersonate, which is the factory. So this could be a credible email that someone would actually click. Okay, so just the defaults here. Yeah, so they give you an example here. You need to type end when you want to finish. So they give here an example. And if you want to craft your own body for the message, this could actually be fun. So yeah, so we can just like copy this example, and yeah, so they have finished sending the email. So yeah, so now they tell us to open the server and see if we got any response. They say here that it can take 1 to 2 minutes before we see anything on this terminal. Yeah, so while we wait, we can take a look at the questions that they do. So we're gonna get the password. So if you did everything well, we're gonna get something like this. So yeah, so we can see the password that we have here. So we are gonna copy it and we are going to paste it. Aha! And I got a 3-day streak. So yeah, so just like that, you can get passwords and emails from unexpected victims, and this can be a very powerful attack pattern, which you also should be careful, because like I said, we see a lot of crude phishing attempts, but there are some really good ones, and maybe the worst ones when someone that has really dedicated a lot of time to doing the research and seeing who you are, who you work with, so they have a lot of data related to you, so it's not a generic phishing attempt like, we have some bitcoins on here, please access it, or are you having problems with your computer? So those are more generic, they are not targeted at you, but if they know where you work, who you work with, they can say, I'm a friend of X person that works with you, I'm having some issues, do you know what the password is for Sarah's computer, or something like that. Really well done phishing attacks can be dangerous. So let's go to Firefox, let's access this, and they tell us that we want to see the mailbox of the factory user, and it's admin, and the password, we just got it. Yeah, so you just put the password here. So let's try again. I probably missed a okay, so I wasn't reading this properly. So the email, the user for this email is factory. It's not unranked wisdom, that's the password. It's factory. I thought the user was also admin. Yeah, so this is the email that we sent, and this is the email that we supposedly want to check the data from. But yeah, so we have 1,009,084 units of gifts. And is this the correct answer? Yes, it is. Okay, so we did it. Hey, and this was also a very good room. And don't be like me. Don't think that the user is admin. The user is factory to enter the email. So that was quite the lapse, quite the fun lapse. So yeah, hope that you liked this one, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye.